Lads, welcome to episode 15 of the Under-23 Road to Glory on my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing super well. If you enjoyed the video, please do leave it a like, and if you are new to the channel, please do consider subscribing. It does really mean a lot to me. Now today, as you would have seen from the intro, it is a big episode, lads. I can finally tell you, after 14 long, treacherous weeks, we've managed to pull our first rewards. Not even reward. We've managed 2 in 1 game week after winning absolutely 0 in the last 13 game weeks. Lads, we've managed to win a limited tier 4 from Under-23 Limited for the Road to Glory, which will be given away to one of you guys at the end of the season. And we managed to win our first limited threshold. Honestly, I'm blown away. Like, I expected us to maybe hit 1 reward this weekend, but to hit 2, I mean, I don't know what I've done to deserve this, lads, but it feels great. I can't lie. It feels absolutely amazing. Right, we're going to roll the clip from the live stream Tuesday where we opened our rewards so you can see my reaction on stream. The main one there, but tier 4 limited then, lads. 60 of us in here. Let's get the good looks in. Let's get the likes in, lads. Come on, this is a big one. Our first reward of the Road to Glory. I think we've waited 14 weeks for this, lads. Come on, let's see who we get. Tier 4 limited, Under-23. Norway, Defender, Circle Bruges. It's Jasper Darland, for God's sake. We already have him. Oh my God, we already have a Jasper Darland. We have the older version. Like, as in we don't have this year's card, but now we've got double Jasper Darland. To be fair, he scored really well this weekend. And this was the team that was victorious for us, lads. In the first... Honestly, I'm blown away. Like, this has been a long time coming. We've had good scores here and there. We've had Driowetch pop off in certain game weeks. We've had our goalkeeper get clean sheets a lot of the time. We haven't really used Kampalat in the Under-23 Limited. This was the first game week that we've used him because his fixture looked great. And, you know, that kind of came into fruition. I mean, 21 AA almost. And a clean sheet got us 80.9 points, which is huge. When your goalkeeper scores you that many points, you know, you're always in for a decent score. And then the rest of the boys turned up as well. We've got 4 decisives out of 5 players here. Eccles, the only player to blank in a 0-0 draw. It's home to Stoke, but 25 AA almost is still very encouraging. No shots on target, a couple of attempted assists, 2 interceptions, a tackle. Didn't even get a double-double, to be fair, so could have been a little bit higher. And yeah, lads, we won our first tier 4. I'm buzzing with it. Madsen with a goal, Driowetch with a goal, and Klein Hansel getting a clutch penalty 1, by the way, in a 3-2 loss. As you can see, his AA score wasn't there. Like, if he didn't get that decisive penalty 1, we would have been screwed. So hats off to him as our captain. We were 1.7 points away from a tier 3, which is actually quite disappointing. It would have been great to finish in the tier 3 positions, but I think Julian Alvarez got an assist added late on by Opta, and that kind of swayed us down to the tier 4 region, which was fine. It was a high tier 4, and as you would have seen from the stream, lads, we won a Jasper Darland. Like, what are the chances of all the tier 4s we could have won? We end up winning a card we already own. We already have Jasper Darland's older season card here. Now, I'm in a situation where I don't need 2 of him, do I really? So I'm probably going to have to sell one. And I'm obviously going to keep the new one because, I mean, it's our first reward. It's a historic moment on the channel, on the series. And, you know, that card will be given away, obviously, at the end of the season to one of you guys. And I think it just makes sense to get rid of the old one, doesn't it? This one's got more XP already. And we can build on top of that with the season bonus. And, I mean, what could we get for him right now? What's he actually selling for? Just under £2, which, you know, isn't great. What do we actually buy him for? So we paid £6.38 for him. We're going to take like a £4 sort of loss on him if we were to sell him for £1.80 or £2. That £2 can then, you know, add into the threshold that we won as well, which I haven't even mentioned yet. Let's get down to Cap 240 Limited. Lads, we were 32 points within the threshold. Larson with a goal. Chan with a decent AA. Ivan Heel with an even better AA as our captain. We managed to... I mean, we didn't get our captain completely right. Obviously, Balki was the highest scorer with the 38 AA, which is massive, by the way. 4-0 win away from home. And then Campos with a really nice 17 AA. It's all I want from my goalkeeper. I don't really need you to get me a clean sheet in Cap 240. Just go get me some nice AA. Don't concede 3. And And that's exactly what Campos did, lads. And yeah, Ivan Hill as our captain got us to that 73.2. And yeah, lads, we won the threshold for the first time, which is such a great feeling. £4 into the bank. We kind of need to add it in somewhere here. Right, lads, after some genius spreadsheeting from me, I've managed to create another little table here, and we've added in our £4 threshold. I think it's like £4, 3 pence or whatever, but we'll round it off to £4, and we've got £6 to spend, lads. The world is our oyster. We're back with a semi-healthy balance, shall we say? And like, you know, that £4 threshold is basically what, like 5%, maybe a bit less, 4% of our initial outlay of £100, right? Which is, it's decent. Like, we've still got a chance to win a couple more of them. We've got a good enough squad, I think, that can, you know, sort of compete, you know, for the Cap 240 threshold each week, and obviously a card in under 23, like we showed this last weekend. Now, we won't be building any lineups in this video because this is being filmed during international break, and unfortunately for us, we don't have the depth to be inputting, you know, international lineups in that sense, and that's fine. It gives us a little bit of time to sort of recharge the batteries, and I'm really looking forward to this Cap 220 limited competition, long form, shall I add, which will be starting in game week 427, the game week after the international break, where domestic football is back. And lads, I'm really tempted to put my cards in this competition because the prizes are insane. Like, it's paying down to 4,333 limited cards. Yeah, you don't get weekly rewards, obviously, but you can use one common card. I only have to use 4 of my limiteds. And, you know, with the depth that we have, you know, we don't have incredible cards in that sense. So I really do think that we would be able to genuinely compete there over that 8-game week period. Yeah, we won't be able to compete in the midweek, so we're basically having to play, you know, 4 out of those 8-game weeks that the long form is sort of going on. But I think we have enough depth, you know, in each position to where we could probably put out 3 teams. You know, we could potentially put out a Cap 220 limited, a under 23 limited, of course, as our, you know, sort of bread and butter, and then that 220 limited long form, which could see us, you know, over that course of the month, potentially come into a really interesting reward. Like I said, the rewards there are actually really decent. Going back to it now, like we said, it goes down to 4,000 odd tier 5s, but, you know, if we get to like, if we even get top 130, we're getting a tier 2 limited, by the way, which would be really nice. And, you know, a lot of these cards might not be under 23, but that's fine. We could sell that card and turn it into, you know, an under 23 card. Imagine getting first place, by the way, a tier 1 rare limited star. That would be insane. Now, maybe I'm shooting for the stars here massively, and yeah, it probably is out of the realm for us. But if you don't buy a ticket, lads, can't win the lottery, can you, at the end of the day? So we're probably going to prioritize this somewhat. I don't know whether it's going to be the main priority out of those 3 lineups that I mentioned, 220, 240, and under 23 limited. We're going to have to figure that out closer to game week 427 sort of beginning. But I'm really excited for it. We have a decent balance now to where, you know, we could buy a couple of cards to add into that. They don't even have to be under 23 cards per se, if we want to utilize and make use of some good scores outside of the under 23 realm. So I'm actually really excited about that. And lads, before we do end this video, I just want to let you know I have started a members section to my YouTube channel where I'll build your lineups for you weekly, every Monday and Thursday on stream. I'll also review your gallery once a month. We have members only scouting sessions weekly, and there's a private Discord, all for £1 a week or £4 a month. And honestly, I am blown away with the amount of you guys that have already decided to become members of the channel. Genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, it means the absolute world. And even just watching the videos, liking the videos, commenting, means equally as much, lads, genuinely. Right, I hope you enjoyed episode 15 of the Under 23 Road to Glory. I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great game week, lads, and I shall see you in next week's episode.